So I have my image. So let's say I go in here, and I don't think I've talked about this yet. I go in here and I make a fairly complex, I'm just going to make whatever it is, selection, okay? As you go through a project like this, you might be needing to, you're going to need to save those sometimes, so you can go back to them without having to reselect them again. So it's really simple. We'll go up here to, so we have our selection here. So I'm going to go up here to select, save selection, and then I'm going to name it selection. I'm going to say OK. Now I'm going to deselect this. Now later on, if I come back and I need that, I can go up to select again, load selection, and it should be right there. It is. It's right in my drop-down menu. So if I had 4 or 5 of those, they would live in my drop-down menu. You don't want to keep going and reselecting things. And this works really nice when it's something. If you have your selection on a layer by itself, this is irrelevant because you can just select it that way. But if this is just part of a bigger image, you're going to need to do it this way. Does that make sense? The other thing is in layers right here. So let's pull this layers off. We have right here, we have adjustment layers, okay? So I'm going to click this. And what that's going to let me do is go, let's say I want to go play with the brightness and contrast. Oops. And I go, okay, I like this. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to go, I want to try hue saturation. I'm going to really saturate it, or whatever I'm doing. Lightning, doing all these different things, okay? But what the beauty of this is if I go back later and I go, God, that's horrible, I can just pull this and drag it into the trash and I'm done. I'm not committed to any of those things. And that lives right here, and it gives you right here, and it gives you a variety of all these different things. These are really common tools that you're going to use in here. And then you don't have to commit to them. So you have a lot of flexibility and freedom in there to play around with your design. Does that make sense? So let's start using that, because I want you guys to start working smarter as of right now. So we'll start using that, saving selections and all that stuff as we're going through this project, because now we're getting into a more complex thing. We're just talking about cropping. So if you're going to crop this thing, your tool's right here. Oops, right there. And that's just going to give you this, and I can grab these handles and I can pull this in and I can resize all this. So you don't have to go to the canvas thing. You can just do it there. All right? And you can go bigger or smaller. It doesn't matter.